Well, it looks like I was wrong about people not coming.
Our perception is not always reality. We are not creator, we are not sustainer, and we are not the ultimate lover. So we may not understand why God in all his love may allow us.
Hey, how you guys doing?
To face that.
Thank you for the gift.
Face that mourning and face that loss. But we know
Hey, Moon.
he's a good and faithful God. Just like I hope my son knows that I love him even though it's hopefully you can hear it in this video. How I keep coming back to truths in scripture. This is why we have to memorize this truth. What scripture declares about God and ourselves. And so therefore when it comes to
Hey, Ann. I am here. How are you? Freaking tired. I shouldn't have even come live, but if I can get at least a little readings in towards rent, I'm going to do it. So here I am. School is hard. That's all I can say. School is hard. But if it wasn't hard, you wouldn't learn. It's warm here, too. At least mid-70s. I got my windows open all wide. And I'm actually considering turning my air on. Because I'm on the second floor and it's kind of hot. Got my little favorite Christian YouTuber on in the background. Had my little watch TV Nest going. And then said, yeah, no, let's go live for a little bit. Amen, Leanne. The house's air conditioning is on. It just doesn't reach my room very well. Because it's central air. And if you have central air, then you know how that goes. That's better for like a single-story house, not a 2 or higher house. Oh, they give you guys titles now. Okay. There's so much stuff changed on this app every day. I swear. Girl, if I didn't have my oxybutynin to help counteract the methadone, my AC would have been one from this morning, just to try and stop the sweat. And it's so weird, like, you know how when you're on that or you're not doing good and you get hot, but you also get chills at the same time? Like, I still have a tiny little bit of that, but it's weird to just feel hot for the most part. Like, I haven't felt just hot. I bet they love it when they get used to it, though. Off my methadone? No. I just got it balanced finally. I'm good, Ash, and you?
Sometimes felt in the truths that are still true despite ourselves. All right, friends, I know I talked a lot about prayer, but I've made other videos more concise about like
not really, but I'll get through it. School's hard. I'm stressed. Not so tired from the baby being sick. That's over, but my brain is tired. I probably won't be here more than like an hour. But I figured I'd see what readings I could catch. So at least I had something for tonight. It will. I didn't see it, Becky, so I think you're good. Oh, hey, Nick. How are you? Hey, Tony. I'll be here. I'm on usually 5 days a week, just the holiday this week. And having the baby 4 days out of daycare was a little bit of a change. And yesterday I had to go do laundry. And like I said, today I had schoolwork. Hey, Shannon. I hadn't even... No, I'm not. We just got my methadone balanced. I'm not tapering. I had even just posted a video. I wasn't supposed to come on at all. Excuse me. First of all, my finances are nobody else's business but mine. But since you're going to be an asshole and accuse me of things I'm not doing, I will address it. I had to apply for cash assistance to get the scholarship for my daycare, of which it only pays a portion. I pay $24 a week, which is a total of $96 in a 4-week month and $120 in a 5-week month. That's out of my pocket. Cash assistance was a whole whopping $600. My rent alone, $175 a week, it's back down to, comes up to how much? Oh, $175 and $175 is $350. That's $700 just in rent. Then let's add the baby with the 2 boxes of diapers I need to get a month at $40 to $45 a box. The box of wipes I have to get every other month at $20 a box. The food that I have to keep on the table at whatever cost that is. I'm pretty sure it comes out of my pocket first, free. And you're not just asking. Nobody with a decent head on their shoulders or a decent heart in their chest would sit here and ask somebody a question that personal based off of a shared phone call that nobody was even aware was being recorded. But I still have to have the money until I get it back, Patty. It doesn't just fall out of the sky. I'm not asking for money for rent. I'm literally saying, give me readings. Period. Because there's something wrong in her head. And this is why I was not going to come live today. Because I did not want to do it. I'm not giving people the satisfaction. I'm not answering any more money questions. There you go. You have no business being in my finances if you're not paying them. There you go. Boundaries in action. Anybody else from this point forward asking about any videos that they saw, any finances coming in, why I'm selling a service, you'll be just blocked. I have a wish list on them, but honestly, I don't remember if... I didn't air out my finances, though. That was a recorded phone call, Bug, that led to me just explaining now because somebody I trusted recorded a phone call and put it out. Hey, Robin. Readings are $10, Mommy. The P3TO lover. They are $10. Just like you aired yours, but nobody's asking you about your money, right?
Whatever passage of scripture that you're looking at, most of the time there's some kind of movement.
I meant what I said. Anybody mentioning money that's not about readings, you're blocked. I'm not playing. I appreciate it, Teresa. That's why I wasn't going to come live today and why I made the offer to just do private readings. Thank you, Robin. All I can say is thank you for the views. Thank you. Hey, Catnip, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you, B. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Jewel. I get a scholarship that pays $296 a month for the daycare, which is $320 a week. So I have a copay of between $96 and $120, which, yes, his dad does pay it back, but I have to cover until he gets here. Hey, Gigi. Thank you, Carrie. Exactly, Shawnee. Hey, Monty. Even that video she's trying to say that I was asking for money, I offered readings. I had said I was pregnant, but it was a faulty test. No baby. Thank you, Cass. Yeah, it is. Oh, hi, Michelle. I'm here. No, and I shouldn't have done that. No, I did not. And no, anybody was recording it until people started coming to me with questions about my finances. that were talked about in trust just because I thought the bitch was going to run with it. And she sat on that shit for months and months. But see, I'm not given the satisfaction. I'm in school justice and also looking for work. No, he is size 4 now. I had to look at my box. He is size 4. So see, I told you I didn't think I updated the list. Yep. Right now I'm getting my GED, but then I actually want to start college in the fall to be a social worker / addictions counselor. But see, I didn't do that because I got tired of people saying I'm begging. I got tired of people saying the internet cares for my child. I got tired of people saying I'm not doing enough, when all I'm doing is working with what I have and trying to make things meet. Hey, Linda. I went to rehab. Actually, I got on methadone and then went to rehab. That's how I did it. Exactly, Justice. Mostly because I only have 2 full days free a week. The 3 days that I'm in school, I only have like 2.5 hours free. So nobody wants to work with that schedule. I think I saw somebody ask what the $10 gets you for the reading. It's an 8-card reading. He is 18 months on the first. Thank you, guys. Amen, Shannon. Yep. That's why I said that's it. I explained what I needed to explain. Looking at, like, the best thing would be to get 18 readings today. I know that's not going to happen, so however many I can get, I'll take. I know, King, but it's like no matter what I do, it's always thrown in my face, and you get tired of hearing the noise. I missed y'all too. Hey, Jessica. Yes, we're taking the baby to the park. Thank you, Harley. I don't have this one in here. I have the one outside my door. Readings are $10. See? Oh. Rent is $175. No, I do not get child support. Never did I ever go to court and request any kind of child support. I didn't need to. But again, did I not say mentioning money was in the block? Don't get it. I don't think that's any of your business. I'll be here. I'm usually on around noon during normal days. I had to do school today, so it threw me late. But hey, Elizabeth. No, they don't. Natasha, what you need to understand about these text messages and phone calls is you're looking at text messages and phone calls from months, if not years ago. This is stuff that this bitch has been sitting on for I don't even know how long. Yes, I have Apple Pay, Michelle. You can DM me and I'll give you the info. My GED right now, and then addictions, counseling, and social worker in fall. Hey, Jess, Heather. You're okay, High Key. It's going to depend on how long we stay at the park. I know we're going to get dinner, and I know we were supposed to go to the store, and I got to hit the bank, but I don't know what else we're doing besides that. In the meaning of, am I a single mom and married? No, I'm not married. But it is one big promise. That's what testament means. Promise, covenant. So it's God keeping his promises to his people. It's like 75 here right now. It's really nice out. Hey, Nicole. Thank you, Rocket. Thank you, Kelly. Right, LL. Hinges on Jesus. Jesus is the center of it all. I've said this a lot, but I cannot say it enough because we got to drill it into our head. But the Old Testament points to our need for a Savior, and the New Testament. Yes, Natasha, I was talking to you. The things that you're seeing, some of it is upwards of 1.5 to 2 years old. The text with the cats was almost 15 months old. I talked about cash assistance. That was, he went to daycare in January. October is when that all started of last year. Like, this is not current things. And that's why it's released that way, so people will say that. They are actively insinuating that I'm using, and that's why I need money. And if you haven't put that together yet, then I'm here to tell you that's what it is. It's attacking my recovery because they're not comfortable in theirs. It is 75 degrees here and beautiful today. It is beautiful today. Thank you, Kelly. I just relocated here, so I don't know. Especially without a car, I don't know, Ruby. Thank you, number one. I have an air conditioner in here. I might buy a new one because this one's like sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not. But it would get me through with the central air, so I'm not stressed. Hey, Stars. Thank you, Carson Girl. Hey, Heart. Thank you, Kelly, for the good comments. To be honest, it's going to depend on what the baby wants. I just did my Manjaro shot, so I'm not going to eat much more than like maybe a yogurt or something. So to be what the baby eats, either chicken nuggets or fish sticks. Even when you feel like you're just becoming aware of what you don't know. Exactly, Carson. Thank you, guys. Hey, Mama. And thanks for changing the vibe. But it's even worse when it's people who carry the same stigma that stigmatize you, Heather. Thank you, Ohana. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Samantha. It sucks, doesn't it? Exactly, Kelly. We just came out of 40s, actually, just a couple days ago. Maybe a week, if that, at the most. It is 75 and sunny and warm here. We are hitting May temperatures. If that's what you wanted to do, Ashley, you sure could. Just put it in there that it's a good, gifted reading. Oh my God. He has 7 teeth coming in at the same time right now. 4 of them are molars. And this is on top of the terrible twos kicking in. Yeah. It's not easy. My options are in the link tree in the bio, Ash. I have Cash App and PayPal. Yeah. And add to that, I'm not totally sure how many teeth. I know I've seen at least 7, but he won't let me look in his mouth. He puts his tongue over his gums or won't open. But yeah, we have now reached the point where if he doesn't get his way, he's screaming, crying, flinging himself around, biting himself, smacking, throwing, whatever, kicking, arching the back. Y'all know if you've had a kid, the terrible twos. Oh, don't tell me that, witch, because this is already so bad. Hey, Monica. That's how I saw the 7, was doing that, or getting to laugh and being on the bed. He has teethers, and he's definitely done better when he's got them, but I think right now even they're hurting him. Hey, Janie. These Cliff Notes are so good. I'll put a coupon code if y'all want them in the description box. Now, I'm trying to sell them, but seriously, if you want the Cliff Notes, I'll have a coupon code. Okay. It's all right, Amanda. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with... Yes, it is a beautiful day, Nikki. You're right, Heather. He's doing good other than teething and moodiness. I am good. Hey, Shy. How are you, Miss Monica? Hey, Secret. I didn't even see you come in. I know. I just got some. Shit, we're getting ready to hit 80s, and it's not even the end of April. I hear you, Monty. Hold on. My eyes are dry, so I'm starting to get blurry. I have teething tablets. I need to get Tylenol. I actually just ran out and cussed the storm up. I'm glad you said that, because I didn't even think about that. Oh, that sounds fun, Secret. I've been giving him grapes that are like semi-frozen. My roommate said to try the frozen Eggos that I just got.
It's kind of like the theme of this section. And so along the way, he talks about
yes. I just finished the Tylenol. That's usually what I do. I gave him ibuprofen today because that's all I had. But it seems like, hey, Elena. When he gets home, I'm going to give him one. Thank you, Carson. Oh, I didn't think of applesauce. I'm going to try the Eggos when he comes home. I saw somebody ask if I needed anything else. Like, literally, we're pretty well taken care of. I ran out of Tylenol. That's it. And that I'll probably pull out of anything that I make today before rent and just have Walmart bring it. Which, if you don't know, and, well, thank you, Faith. If you don't know and you get any kind of state insurance or food stamps, you can get a huge discount on Walmart Plus, which gives you free deliveries, or you can get like within an hour for $5. Don't waste your money on the $10 one. The $5 one's even faster. Thank you, Destiny. No, I did not see that, Ash. Teething tabs, but I'll tell you what, because she probably won't hold it under her tongue. Take one of the baby dose syringes, pull the plunger out, put the tablets down, put the plunger back in all the way down, suck up some water, shake it up until you don't see the tabs, and let her drink it. Works just as well. Thank you, Snoop. I probably was if it was any time longer than 18 months ago. Thank Dilly. It's a lifesaver, especially not having a car. Like, I had run out of milk. I had enough left for 2 cups. Forgot that I was supposed to get it. I ordered, spent $5, and had it in an hour. Hey, Katie. First thoughts looking at 1 Thessalonians 4. But if you want to hear more about the specific notes I take in my Bible because of this kind of in-depth Bible study, I have a kind of... I'm absolutely pissed, Krista. Yes, I was going to say that, Ma. Paramount Plus does come with the Walmart Plus, and you get it for $6.47 if you have state insurance or food stamps. I was really bad. 2021 and 2023 were one of my 2 worst years after the teens.
So I want a new credit card to grow my credit. Now Experian can help me find credit cards with no ding decline. Now, these cards,
I've seen those too, Faith. Thank you, Wish.
No ding. No ding.
And don't feel bad. Mine's stubborn about letting me see his teeth. Walmart Plus is amazing. Well, I did my schoolwork today. Decided to go ahead and brave the masses and come see if I could get some readings in. I get to hang out with you lovely people. And I got to practice boundaries today. I think I'm winning. Hey, Nandy. I was just going to say something else when she said about Paramount Plus too, and let me scroll up. I think it was a response to a comment. My eyes are starting to blur back again, so I got to put my glasses back on. Oh, Krista. That's what it was. Readings are $10. Payment info is in the bio under the Linktree link. You can get either Cash App or PayPal there. Hump day, yeah, skinny mama. Because that's how they're made. I don't know. Hi from America. Thank you, Secret. Not only did it piss me off to find out people knew his name, what really pissed me off was this is a person who sat in my ear bitching because I posted edited pictures of him. bitched whenever my watch would show because you can age a photo up and know what he looks like today. So I'm not allowed to post my own child, but she can. Gotcha. It is Thursday. Ooh, I'm sorry, Skinny. Mine was sick over the weekend. I know how rough that is. Hey, Tracy. I'm doing all right. How are you?
And so we do take pretty crazy Bible notes.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it there while addressing what I feel needs addressed. And it actually is not as hard to do as I thought.
I would make a full-length Friday video to unpack what I wrote in my Bible, why, and how. At our church, we just started.
Yeah, I feel ya.
And I know someone's going to ask, so I will say this is, like, my church has multiple pastors that preach, and this
Hey,
is not my
Cookie.
husband that was preaching. Actually, you might even see my husband's, like, sitting next to me or something.
Oh, I know.
What my notes looked like at the very
But I'm over here living my best life.
notes from last week and a couple other ones.
I'm glad you are too, Skinny.
Cliff notes taped on this side.
It is good to vent. And honestly, I had to put school first today anyway. But I honestly could have planned this to begin with.
I was just looking at one earlier today. But I do want to know that there's not a whole lot of space.
I don't have any kind of help,
What was
badass.
already stressing me out last week is I used,
Yep.
like, I don't know, I think it's a half.
And also leaked how I got my scholarship for daycare and is basically implying that I can't live on $684 a month because why? I mean, it's totally implied, but I think anybody here knows what that means. School is going good. I finished my unit, actually a little earlier than I expected. Right now, I'm doing for my GED, and then in the fall, I go to credit for social worker addiction counselor.
Scrapbook paper and make your own pretty envelopes and use them in your Bible. I've done that in videos here as well. But here in this envelope in the back of my Bible, I store tabs.
And while we're here,
For this very purpose, where I want to be able, like, if I'm on the go at a Bible study, at a small
personally, I do believe jealousy. There was some things that happened right around there that I think led to it. The whole thing that started it was a 13, almost, no.
just like cut it up into like the usual.
Yeah, 13-month-old text.
Bible and stuck it in that envelope for a rainy day. And today is that rainy day.
Nope.
Paper that I like to
There's a whole video talking about the cats. They were left in care. I did, Ash. I'm just waiting for it to kind of tone down so I can do a giveaway. They were left in care. The majority of the cats were missing. One cat was found in a bag with my belongings.
places, but I'll have a couple options like down below that I really like. And the tape that I use.
I'm glad to see you admit that, though, Boo, because not many do.
Tape that's supposed to.
That's just it, Anne. I have no idea.
And so it's supposed to not yellow, gray.
Beats the hell out of me. If I knew why it was found in a bag, I would tell you. As I said, they were left in the care of somebody else. That person found the door open and the majority of the cats missing, and then I found the one in the bag when I cleaned my stuff out.
Check the video, sharing the Bible bag, and all of that. This is ending up to me like just leaving.
No, you're good. I didn't even think to tell you I got it.
This video, but I know people are.
Thank you, Boo.
I do want to mention these things.
Thanks, Zero. And thank you, Tracy.
Archival tape, but this archival tape I can just.
Right, Kelly? Hi, Maria. Because there was nothing, is it Jalea? I'll just call you Justice. I don't want to butcher that name. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was on a live when the cat thing started. I had cried to her through that. She was all, how could somebody do that to you again? I can't believe that person would do that to you. And apparently the whole time had that person on the phone recording. And then I'm finding out older and older and older calls are coming out. So, yeah. In fact, I was told that I thought the world revolved around me when I found out that the call was the one with her and told her, no, you're not going to call me back. You're going to answer me right now. Hey, Dottie. Hey, wife.
And so that is like my scissors on the go. But it makes
Thank you, it's me.
straight, clean cut. So that's what I used to cut down this paper.
It gets a little convoluted because I am the one that chose to leave them. So I would bear the ultimate responsibility for that situation. The caretaker did everything they were meant to do. The landlord came in and changed the lock, kept swearing they fixed it, kept saying they were bringing a key. I told him how to get in, and then I guess they realized he was still getting in. He comes, the door's open, and they're gone. Hey, beautiful, thank you. I know.
Trying to keep it really low, really small. I feel like really
Hey, Ann. Hey, Sheila.
and there's just like, just be aware, just be mindful.
Well, thank you, Maria.
Be very mindful, be very demure whenever you're in church taking notes, because you just don't want to be super loud.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Stizzy. Nobody should have to go back.
You know, digging my Bible bag, grabbing, colored pencil when I'm taking my notes, or like sometimes I wear my charm bracelets, and those are loud. And I think
She said she was at Best Buy when I called her and that she was going to call me back, and sent a nasty voice message saying that I thought that the world revolved around me. She was at Best Buy buying things for her house and texting her daughter and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I feel like I wasn't at fault for saying answer my question now.
rip my paper and cut it down to size. My idea for the size of the paper that I ended up with was I wanted it to flip up or down.
Nope, nobody's bullying me, hon. Anyway, I don't want to veer it back off. Hey, Pineapple.
So whether it was flopped up or down, I wanted
Exactly, Ash.
to my Bible, and that's why
She's not talking about me.
addition of 7 here. Now, numbers do not always mean something in the Bible. Sometimes
Now, I will say,
it's just a number.
excuse me,
You're reading too much into it.
um,
Like if it's an author that's known to using
I am pushing readings as much as we're able today. The ultimate goal would be 18. I know that's not going to happen. I do have one to give away when things kind of settle down a little bit.
the new Israel.
So, anybody wants a reading, today would be a great day to do it.
Rarer than I think some people admit. Like just because there's a number doesn't mean there's always.
Thank you, Miss Lulu.
Here though, here in Johannine writing, we see 7 is used over and over and over again in the Gospel of John and in Revelation.
I will say I wouldn't be in this situation if I hadn't stayed off Friday and Monday to be with my kid. It's all right, Secret. I know. I get it. And if you're not following, which is kind of hard, it does come across funky.
So immediately right away, I just have to mentally accept the fact that my lines are going to go over.
But I'm done. No more. We're not going to bring it back up.
But they might have to go over or through. Or
The rest still applies. Anybody asking about money that is not related to readings will be blocked.
time where I couldn't.
We've addressed everything else. Anybody else asking for it or being negative will be blocked.
Sometimes that's an issue for me. Now I was having a really hard time filming this.
Thanks, me. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't going to come live today. I know. You're okay. She wasn't.
Let's say that this is a ginormous spot for my Bible, which I would never do it this big. Let's say this
Yep.
is the flap I ripped for my Bible.
That's
And
why
my Bible.
you're fine, Pineapple.
I know because my pastor's talking, he's talking fast. I'm gonna
That's
forget.
part of why I'm here. The other part was
Tendency?
I talked to the girls yesterday and was like,
Japanese, but like most of us are gonna want to start writing.
here's the thing.
Literally every other time.
Between the holiday and everything going on, which my roommates are watching, they know, they see, and they know what caused what. They've been here where you didn't know. I didn't think I was going to be able to pay rent this week. And every one of them agreed that I would rather see you owe a week than see you putting yourself in hell for no good reason. And I was going to just focus on schoolwork today and be done with it. Thanks again, guys. I really was. I was prepared to just say, didn't have it. And then I'm like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So all I can say is there's 2 more days until there's some major rule revamps here on Tiki Taki. Because she's hoping to get a reaction. So now is really a great time. Anybody who's been waiting for a reading or was asking about them earlier? No, she's not talking to me. Okay, you caught it. Now would be a really good time. Just because apparently we're being viewed. Yeah, she caught it.
Really complicated if you start close and then have to look out.
I know, Dilly.
Far away at the bottom of the little piece that I ripped, and I start taking my notes here on the bottom.
All it does is bring me more viewers.
Handwriting is all messed up.
It's all cool.
But that's where I took my note, was on the bottom. As you can see, I literally cut off the camera because I couldn't
No, you're good.
build any longer.
Tensions are a little high because this is definitely a sensitive subject. And the fact that somebody who told me not to post my own child, doxed my child is full of irony. You're good.
4 of chapter 1 Revelation. He says,
Thank you, beautiful.
From him who was, who is to come, and from the 7 spirits, and this is all to the 7 churches in Asia. What he's doing here is he's highlighting a complete church here. He's writing to a complete number of churches and the complete number of the Holy Spirit reigning over those churches. But we'll get to
Anyway,
that. And of course, I color it all in with red.
I knew what you meant. Well, hello from Delaware, Samantha. Exactly, Cookie. That's why I say now, if I saw a lot of people who wanted to do readings, now's the time to put them in.
While he's unpacking an idea, or while he's going on and telling a story or an application or whatever. You'll remember,
Because at the end of the day, I am unbothered, except for what was done to my son.
And this applies to the 2024 election because of
All right, Dilly, I'm glad you caught me too. I'm good, Samantha, and you? Thank you, Monty. In fact, do you mind being a mod for me, Monty? Because I'm probably going to need it when the readings start.
pastor's already saying something really cool. And so I box in the phrase.
If you don't want to, it's fine.
Who is to come. That phrase, I box it in here.
I also have a reading to give away.
Exodus 3:14, Yahweh is
Thank you. I don't know that I have anybody in here right now. Just to be safe. Yes, Cookie. I'm glad you said that because I absolutely forgot that fast. His name was exposed by somebody who was upset with me for whatever imagined reason. Hey, Laurie. We're good over here. How are you? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it just to cover one more. Always block, then mute.
Okay, so I'll put it tape on this side, and then I'll flip it down, and I'll put tape on this side. I want to tape both edges because I want to be super in there and not end up ripping my.
It's not anybody that lives with me.
Sometimes I will wait until I'm completely done taking my notes to tape it into my Bible. All right, so now my next note is actually.
Thank God, because I couldn't live with that in my house. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I just read this in the Bible today. And I really thought about making a video, and I was like, I don't know if people will really take this the way that I want them to. So it's a little bit, it's the Life Recovery Bible. So it's the actual Bible, and then there's like some input that relates to recovery. And in recovery, they don't mean just like from substances. They mean everybody is in recovery from sin. That's kind of the background here. Hey, birdies. So, in 129, they're talking about the lives being full of sin and wickedness. Get yourself support. That is the best advice I can give you. Go to meetings, make friends, have somebody to talk to that you can trust. And you may actually have to drop people, places, and things. So now, Romans 2, yes, I did, Secret. Romans 2, meaning Romans chapter 2. You may think that you can condemn such people, but you are just as bad, and you have no excuse. When you say they are wicked and should be punished, you are condemning yourself, for you who judge others do these very same things. And we know that God in his justice will punish anyone who does such things. Since you judge others for doing these things, why do you think you can avoid God's judgment when you do the same things? Then, in the little feedback, it says, as we see people whose lives are wicked and completely out of control, it is easy to feel superior and point a finger at them. Paul quickly corrects the tendency to do this by showing that everyone is in the same boat. We all do things that are wrong. We hide all kinds of problems, habits, and sins in the dark recesses of our lives. If we often apply this passage to other people, we probably really need to apply it to ourselves. Recovery begins with an honest personal inventory. And that it hit in like all the right ways when I read it. That was something that needed to be shared. Well, admitting it is the big first step.
My next note was on this phrase, even
I was afraid people were not going to welcome it. That's part of why I didn't make it a video. But it speaks volumes about this whole trend of the social media and being bullies, and especially in the groups where you all are from the same mindset. You know, we're all in recovery, or we're all gift livers or whatever. They hate on you, but don't address their own issues. And yeah, I thought that would fit for a lot of people.
We got it wrong kind of idea. Like, we placed our hope.
Now, Roxanne, I don't know what your substance is, but you can always DM me if you need an ear. I have no problem listening. You can do online meetings if you're afraid to go in person.
Of course, reflective of what we've already talked about here with reference to Exodus 3:14. And so I do want to highlight that, box it in. There's this high.
I don't know if the person is still here that wanted my Apple Pay, but I'm answering your message now.
When we're reading it and we're treating it like some kind of clue book of what's going to happen, who's going to win.
Or I'm going to try to. Let's see if this bugs out again.
We don't have a high view of God. We actually have a very low view of God, and we're trying to control him or predict him or be on the right side of history and just use him. And so I thought it was really telling, like, how this passage of scripture has a very
I don't know.
high view of God. He is
Is
the
it
Alpha
this
and
one?
Omega. He is who was, who is, and who is to come. Like, he is the center of our focus.
Where's the
not
request?
Just today, not just our lives. Who's going to be president? Is World War III going to break out? Is Jesus coming back in the next year? Like, that is idolatry of pride and control.
Yep, I am doing readings, $10 and up. $10 gets you a card draw. If you add more, let me know that it's actually for the reading, and I will adjust it per what's sent.
And why I take it. They have this acronym, CMA, and how it really impacts my worship and my response to what I study in the Bible.
It should let me check my DMs while I'm on here. It really should. Because I cannot find the message requests area on here. Hey, Robin.
You should be scared.
She probably thinks I'm just ignoring her. I do still do those. They are same cost. You just put it in there that's for private, then DM me. I have some to film tonight already, or at least one to film tonight. So you would most likely get it by morning. And it'll come in the form of a link that only you and whomever you give the link to can see. And no, it doesn't let me answer my DMs. Even though they said it that you can DM me now through the live. It's stupid. Wait, maybe it's here?
A few months ago, I shared how my Bible went from
Oh, no, that's the pin.
this. Today, I'm answering your questions all about it. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I made a video, it's this one right here, about how Bible journaling transformed my life and my Bible study. But I get questions every single day. So today I hope to address some of these questions and hopefully encourage you just to be more in God's Word. Now, the very first question is from...
Let me see if this is how.
What do you do if you feel like you've messed
I found it.
too bright, maybe even too dark? Do you put white stickers over it where it doesn't have the Bible text?
I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, Kelly, just DM me.
Sticker paper right now it probably just looks like normal.
See, this is what I don't like, how slow it moves on this desktop.
And print stuff on it. You can copy a resource.
It keeps
Do a lot of print.
kicking me out of what I'm clicking, and
I will cover up my mess ups with that paper. I will have it linked down below in the description box. But when it comes to color decisions in my Bible,
whoa, it's showing me things that I didn't even...
thousands of pages in your Bible. I'm trying to think of a page that's like a good example of a mistake I made. There's honestly been a lot, but when it comes to colors, okay, like...
Well, I'm not seeing it, so...
This isn't a great color. The text itself kind of looks like someone got sick. The background color is bright green. If I was to redo this again, I think I was like using...
I'm not keeping them waiting then.
Really cool, and they didn't age well. You see really neon colors, and that's kind of turned gray. You know, yeah, I would probably do this different colors. Am I gonna do it over again?
We don't have to keep pushing too hard, Monty.
But it's just
Like I said, I already have it set up, so if I don't, I don't. It's cool. I just thought that, I'd put it out there. I already knew I wasn't going to make the full amount anyway. There's no way I'm getting that many readings. But where'd everybody go? I hope I didn't break the chat. Hey, Bella.
But I stamped it there and it was too light. You couldn't see the lines or anything, and so I just covered it up with notes a couple months later. Don't be afraid to cover up stuff.
Well, I guess while we're waiting, I have a prepaid reading to give away. So, Miss Ashley sent, I think she left, but Ashley had sent it. I just was waiting for it to calm down. Seems like we're okay. So, if there is somebody here who could use a reading, like there's some really crappy stuff going on, or you really need some advice, and you you honestly couldn't pay for it yourself for whatever reason, here's your chance. If you're gonna need it, tell me why, or like a short glimpse of what you need it for, what you would be asking. When I do these, I try and get the people who they're not sure where to go in life, or they're having relationship or work issues and kind of need that boost. I'm sorry to hear that, Eve. That is terrible.
And then y'all know I used Code to rebind my Bible, but there's lots of local bindings that you can use. I really like Code because they're a small family-owned business, and they're Christians who specifically want to work with Bibles, and they're awesome because they don't charge out the bosses.
My Cash App is $manliestmansmama. It is linked in my link tree in the bio. Oh, this is a hard one because it's closer to my heart. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a bitch. My heart is telling me to go with the daughter with the immigration issue. I've kind of moved away from the lost loved ones, and so I don't want to give anybody a sense that I'm going to be able to help you contact that person. I don't do that anymore. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and do Bella's daughter. Thanks for the subscription. Hang around, and as things come up, I'll try and get each of you in for a reading. How does that sound? Kind of shuffle you in between paid readings, per se. And if there's no paid readings, then just come back and do it that way. Does that sound fair for everybody? You would still get a reading too, Eve. I just got to think or see how it's going to go. Would we have to wait for somebody that paid, or would it just be back to back? Excuse me. So I'm guessing pretty much what you need to know. Hey, Lauren. Or what you want to know is how it's going to turn out.
today. So that would include looking at the context, reading out, and then I might also ask why. What does this mean? So it said that unbelieving Jews the Gentiles poison their bodies. I ask why. That would be a question to take into. Why are they doing that? But then also it says they bore witness to the word of his grace, granting signs and wonders.
Okay, since we already have people that like to do shit, I am going to go ahead and just turn off the chat, and I'll get back with you after, okay? In the meantime, everybody coming in, I am doing readings. The chat will be off while we are doing them, so you don't have to worry about that.
What I'm doing there is asking every little question I can possibly do.
$10 and up for the readings.
You can get stuck on a rabbit trail. 2 hours later, you want to constantly ask why, who, what, and that's going to take you to those resources they talk about all the time.
No, it's got to be done. It'll be right back on. Don't worry.
In depth in your Bible studies, and I can show you how to use them and all that. But that's kind of how I tell you to ask questions.
All right, let's see what we got going on for Bella's daughter.
Just falls later, but you can totally interleave your Bible. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I'm having a hard time committing to my journaling Bible because I keep finding.
I will say that caught me because I'm also in that position. That while my person is here legally, that doesn't seem to matter much right now. We just had a Maryland man who was also legal be taken and deported. So that kind of hit for me a little bit harder.
We were at the half-price Bible bookstore, and he was like, "Hey, you should get a new Bible for seminary." And I was like, "I should. You're right." He was like, "I'll get it for you. Come on, go find a good one for you, and I'll buy it." And that's what I did. I just found it. I was like, "Ooh, blank pages. That would be good for space for notes." And I picked up this.
Hard work is going to be what it takes to get this victory, but you're going to need to move now.
Now I demand for interleave Bible.
And it's going to be hard. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. But you got to move now. I would also say, with this Four of Wands, I would, if you haven't already got an immigration lawyer involved, I would get them involved. If they're not doing their job, get another one.
And there might be 3 different versions that you choose from. Just simplify it for yourself. Because, again, the enemy...
It's not going to be easy, but if you stay like front and center, be the squeaky wheel, you'll get further. I do also have the Emperor card, which I always say when it comes to the Emperor or the Empress, they are fertility cards in all things, including babies. So if you do not want a baby, please be careful. Almost every person that I've dealt with, whether it's been themselves having it, a family member, a baby comes in pretty soon after these cards come up. However, I almost feel like that might be the saving grace would be a pregnancy or a baby. Like that could be what helps influence it. I don't know if he maybe has another child. I would definitely be careful being out and about. I do have the Ten of Swords, and while that can be good surprises and good shocks, I don't want anything bad to happen. But this Knight of Pentacles and this King of Pentacles, you definitely need to get moving now, more than what you're already doing. I had the King of Pentacles and the Knight, which is what told me put the work in and put it in now. The Nine of Wands, you've already been through a lot, and you're about to go through a lot more. It's going to feel like one thing after another, one no after another. Hang in there. The Four of Wands, which is my paperwork victory card. If you've watched me, you know that's what I usually call it, because there's typically something agreed to or signed off on with this. That's where I got the feeling for a lawyer. You need somebody who actually knows the system, knows the best ways to get through quickly. This is something that's going to have to move fast. And once it gets started, there's not going to be any looking back. I will say that too. With this Hangman, I do feel like I don't want to say you're putting yourself into too much stress for it, but at the same time, I kind of do want to say that. I don't think you need to be as afraid as you are. I do think there is going to be, at some point, a happy ending to this. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next month, but I don't feel like you're going to lose them.
something like that.
You definitely need to use whatever you have in your arsenal, whatever information, how long he's been here, whatever job he's held. Anything that could go in his favor that you have, use it. Don't be ashamed. As I said, I have the Emperor, which is a card of fertility. I would get this for a father, which is why I said maybe he has another child that could fall back on, or maybe there's one coming from you that could change things. But I do get the feeling of a child being involved. And the Ten of Swords is why I said to be careful. It's about the unexpected, and it's not always bad, it's not always good, but it's definitely not seen coming. So try not to put yourselves in any positions where he could get grabbed up. You know, make sure that the law is followed to the T. Like, period. Hey, Amber.
And I will have it linked below in my description box. But it was a knitting box or a knitting bag. And so there's like, this was to hold like knitting needles, and now I put my pens in it. It doesn't look like there's any in there. Oh, I guess my son has to go out on Sunday. Sometimes they just start digging and playing around because they.
All right. Anybody coming in that is interested in readings, as usual, $10. It is rent day. I haven't been here, so I'm trying to get as many in as I can. Okay. You're welcome, Bellas. No, I'm not doing free readings. Readings are $10 and up.
The headache is carry-ons and checked luggage. I will put air tags in my Bible whenever I check it. And
I want to say her name was Eve.
To carry it onto airplanes and stuff like that. That's the one time where I'm like, it would be more convenient to not bring it, but I'm not going to do that. I want my Bible with me. So yeah, even though we like Bible bag really changes the game.
Hey, Lauren, if I didn't say that. Yeah, Eve, are you still here, hon?
Purses are about that weight, right? I feel like the phone alone is like 1 pound. I don't know.
I knew there was another kid. That may be what ends up getting him here, is having that child.
You can totally read the Bible on your phone. You just can't do it.
The only thing is I don't know. Thank you, babe.
I guess that would be the like easy, lightweight.
I have a little quicker access than you guys. There's like a 15 to 30 second delay. So don't feel like you're not doing good enough if I get it first. It's just how TikTok works.
I really do. And I don't have time to like.
I feel like that's going to be the key. That's what I was saying. Something about a child. That may be what actually ends up getting this stopped or saved. Especially when they make it obvious it's going to keep going. Best of luck to you, though. I know that is a scary situation. Eve, are you still here, hon? Eve Walters?
You mentioned hot glue. That scares me. This is a question from Cruise Fam. I think you're asking about these tassels. So
Yep. I had one little slip where I acknowledged and I said things, but not like I normally would, and we went back to just walking. Thanks, Bella. Well, Bella's daughter. Thanks, Bonnie.
4 years, something like that, like a long time. And they just now.
Thank you, Megan.
6 months ripped off. Hot glue worked. Obviously, I didn't do a ton, but it really worked. And then, of course, stitching worked as well. But I think it was the hot glue that worked more. So I wouldn't be afraid of hot glue. My Bible pages aren't super thick at all. You know, like some journaling Bibles have a really thick paper. Mine aren't that journaling Bible kind of paper. They're thinner, but they're not like.
I actually read a Bible passage about that because it had actually, I read it earlier, and it went with all of how social media has become. And it was basically saying the same thing. If you're pointing fingers, you most likely have done the same thing.
I had this super cute note in the Psalms, but it's really thick.
So, let me see something real here.
That I use on it is not handling the weight. I do know though, this is like is it Tim or Jim?
I would need 14 readings to do the whole thing.
fabric tape.
Never have I ever said anything about wanting to beat an autistic kid.
It is fabric tape. So I guess it's like tape on your side, normal, but it's thicker tape because it's fabric.
The hell?
This stuff is so sturdy, so I would definitely use it right here. In fact, I'll do that right now. Where are my scissors? I'm telling you guys right now. Oh, this is a mess right now, but my priorities are in the right place.
And chances are I know what it is, and it's something that they twisted up just to make it go further. But anyways, I was going to say before that weirdness, to get everything would be 14 readings. I don't see that happening, but I got room to spare. I can be here probably about another 40 minutes. I'm more than aware we don't need to come in and advertise it. Thank you.
So, you know, it gets complicated the fuller your Bible gets. But again, it's worth it. Obviously, it's alive and active and cuts deep into this prideful sinner's soul. Is this faith? All right, thank you so much. All right, the sun is setting. I gotta keep going. Amy Gable asks, how do you...
I appreciate you guys. I don't know that I would have blocked her, but definitely needed to be at least muted.
Well, I do use, like, supplies that are made for scrapbooking.
It's a funny thing what happens when you have one half of a conversation and you don't know what else was said. Hey, Christy.
It's like made to last. It's made for repairing old documents, and I'll have it linked down below. It's just a link that's affiliate. I also use like craft glues, like this one, that are made for scrapbooking.
Because you see why it's working.
Not just fall apart. I'm not using
My counselor,
necessarily.
both from my home clinic and from rehab, my therapist, have all said if you want to know what somebody is jealous about, pay attention to what they have negative to say when it comes to your life. Meaning, if they have a lot of negativity about your money, they're jealous of that. If they have a lot of negativity about your appearance, there's a jealousy with that. If they have a lot of negativity about your friends, I think you see where this is going. And what really set this off was the readings were going good, and it's just gone downhill. Hey, Tina. Hey, Christy. Thank you, Christy Lynn. Now, whatever made this whole thing pop off, like where they set it up, I don't know. But that's what invited the whole exposure. Well, thank you, Bellas. I don't see them. I have them blocked. Anybody who reposts them is blocked. Anybody who shares them is blocked. I'm not going to give them the credence. And the better we can keep this a positive atmosphere and as happy as we can. Absolutely, Haley. The more positive we can keep it, the more that we can focus on the good things, the more readings we can get, the more happy chats we can get. Just keep that in mind. Hey, Victoria, I'm good, and you? No, not really. DM me. I don't want to talk about it in here, but DM me and I'll tell you. Oh, congratulations. Thank you, Haley. I know, Cookie. I'm good, Steph, and you? Oh, I should have said, don't mind the fact I'm all broken out. My hormones are regulating, and I saw Kelly, thank you. With what you did, and now for the utmost top end, for everything to be there, would be 14 readings. So we did good.
So I'm going to send you this video right here. I show you how I actually added in my close notes. So if you wanted to see a close
Exactly, Jerry.
you should also
I like diamond art. I miss doing it so much. Yes, I'm in an Oxford house now. Mine was looking like that because my hormones were so crappy, and now I'm starting to get that teenager. I'm breaking out on my forehead. African black soap is a lifesaver, though. I cannot tell you enough. Thank you, Jenny. It is. But I'm happy because this means that I'm not broken. See, I was the opposite. This is all cystic acne scars. And I've not had acne like that since I went on spearmint the first time and was drinking the tea and everything. And I had the ashwagandha and all that other stuff that helps regulate. It stopped. And then using the black soap helped too, but I'm going to have to go back to it. I haven't had to use it in like 3 years.
I love this collection because there's so many other colors to choose from. But if you know anything about Comfort, they are literally always sold out. So if you see your size and the color that you want, I would run.
All right, sorry, I had a text. Okie dokie, Victoria. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you, JJ. I wish I was in my 20s, Z. I'm 36. It is awful, and I have PCOS, so it makes it even worse. Finally, absolutely, as of January, fully diagnosed after a lifetime of wondering why I wasn't regular. For a long time. Yep, I was born in 88. When I don't have the proper lighting, you can see my forehead's wrinkly, and I got little frown lines, but yep, I am 36. You know, that's funny because I was a month and a half away from my 35th birthday when I got sober. And mine was 10/30/24. Oh my God, 24. 10/30/23. I don't know what your comment means, Kelly. I'm trying to think of, and I don't know. I was like that when I used. I have pretty much aged in reverse since I got clean. Somebody asked me what the best part of being sober is actually being able to enjoy life. And one of the absolute best parts has been, if you've been in addiction and you've lost everything and you know how you get that envy of people who just have a regular life and you're over here like not. I'm sure I don't have to explain it to most of us in this room. I used to always be jealous of the people who could go out with just slides and socks on, you know, in the winter because they came from a house that was warm, or having their socks on in the summer because their house was cool. Well, thank you, Harley. Amen, Zia. But, well, congrats, Donna. That's a long time. 12 years? But, so anyway, there you go. You don't have to tell your age if you don't want to. Congrats to everybody in here with clean time. I usually say that at least once alive and didn't get to today. Yes, that's where I was getting to. The things that have gotten me like the most hyped about being sober these last couple months, since I've been out of rehab and actually living like a normal person, has been, my house is cold enough to wear socks when it's hot. It's warm enough that I can go out in socks and slides and come in and be warm. I was walking across the parking lot 2 weeks ago with my son and his father, and I had my little hoodie on, my shorts, my little slides and socks, and my clutch on my wrist with money in it, and it just hit me like walking across that this is a normal life. I'm normal, like for real normal. And then again this morning it hit. Just it was chilly out. I rolled out of bed and went out in shorts and slides and socks because I was coming right back to a comfortable house. And it's just that excitement that being normal brings. Being able to order a pizza for my son. Is it something I can do often? Hell no. It's like $20. But I can do it sometimes, and it feels great when I can. Thank you, Christy. No, you know the other thing? I had money in my PayPal from TikTok that I forgot about. I will have to check the cash apps behind myself because I'll forget that I had money. I have cash in my wallet that I forgot that I had. $21 in my wallet that I forgot that I had. That was exciting. I am paying all the copays for my meds. Every copay is $1. And I'm on a lot of meds, except my methadone. I don't pay for that. And don't have any problem eating that. Like, that's the best part of sobriety. I am very proud, and thank you guys. Thank you, Amber. That's what I thought the math was. And I was sitting here like, for some reason, I wanted to say 12 years. I think normal is relative, Monty. Thank you, guys. And that's what it is. Just being able to go out and shop as a family, and I'm not having to worry about how I'm going to pay for what I need tomorrow. Hey, Ash. Thank you. I don't have a P.O. box, but you can DM me and I have an address for you. Yes, we do. Hey, Zero. It's, yep, money in the bank and just, now I was a little bit, well, thanks, Secret. Well, thank you, Amber. DM me and I'll give you an address. I'm good, and you? And that's what I'm about to say. Because I went through my bad parts online and I had people throwing money, wanting to see more, I didn't usually have trouble with having money. But what I would have is the panic that now that I spent this money on this thing, that I will not have money tomorrow. No, I don't have Venmo, Kristen. They got it closed on me and they won't give it back. I have Cash App, PayPal, Chime, Apple Pay, and I think that's all my options outside of. See, I used to be able to do that, so that part I never lost. But that's only because I had the wrong people in my life who were doing the wrong things. But being able to order groceries, hey Lottie, and unpacking them feels so normal. And I don't think I ever knew what normal felt like before, because my life has never been normal. Yeah, thanks for saying that. Everybody coming in. No, I am in an Oxford house, which is a sober living house. I've been here since February 15th. Came out a bit institutionalized, but I'm starting to finally live like a normal person again. And it feels good. Thanks, Lottie. Oh, and it also felt good after all of this crap I've said about this big old gut to have my roommate say, I'm losing weight, it looks good. That felt good. Yes, I get tested here randomly. Thank you, Melissa. Or Melissa. He's at daycare right now, but yep, he's with me every other not daycare hour of the day. He is good, Nicole, except for like 7 teeth coming in at once and hitting the terrible twos. Thanks, Monty. I appreciate that. Oh, absolutely. I just had dreams last night that I was consuming, and I woke up like literally believing that I was going to find the things in my house because it was so real. Well, thank you for saying that, Sky. Yeah, so you know what it's like, and he just had a stomach virus on top. It's like one thing after another this week. I was already warned about 3s. Now I hear 4s too. The worst part is watching him be so confused about throwing up and not being able to explain to him what's wrong. That was the worst part of this week. Using dreams are the worst. Thank you, Tiffins. I've had them so real where I did this in rehab, okay? I can't believe I'm telling you this. I had my first. I'd never had one before. And it was so real that we were doing our roll call for Day Sober, a group, and I said I was 1 day sober. And they're like, how are you 1 day sober? You've been here X many months. It was that real. I thought I used. He's doing good, Jimmy. Oh, no, not me. I'm always actively doing it. What happens to me is it's never enough to feel. And then I'll wake up being angry that I wasted. Me too, Missy. Yep. Yep. I've had a couple other people say theirs are like that, but not many. I rub my nose. Which, let me tell you, I've been clean almost 18 months. Hey, babe. And I'm still dealing with the damage that using did to my sinuses. I'm back on an antibiotic. I can do this so long as I do it 1 day at a time and don't go ahead of myself. That's where I fuck up. I gotta stop living in the past and in the future. Which is probably the most hurtful part of everything happening is the parts you're trying to avoid being thrown back in your face. Well, thanks, Kim. Not so much anymore with the sneezing, but what I had was I was always stuffy. I've talked before about the gunk that came out when I first had the antibiotics after the C-section. I thought that was it, but it never stopped. So stuff had been coming out that I thought was a sinus infection. And when the doctor looked, she actually sees pockets that still have what looks like debris in them. So I'm still purging 18 months later. That's what I'm working on, Monty. Oh, I hear it's really bad with the new stuff that's out. I'm working on that part. I just got to remember that I'm my own worst critic. Excuse me. I'm doing my math. Hang on. I'm not ignoring you. We are down to 10 readings. I'll be here about another 20-25 minutes. So if anybody else wants to get a reading in, now is a great time. Oh. I am with you there, Sky. And honestly, my DMs are open if you need somebody. the people that I thought I could count on, we've seen in the last few weeks what they were. So I have my sponsor, and I have my NA friends, and I have my girls here. And while they're supportive, they are new. These are not people that I've got established relationships with. So that sucks. And I know how it feels. Thank you, Authentically. Oh, I do, Carla. I don't go back to Baltimore anymore. Well, the only thing they can hold against me now is like the texts and recorded phone calls and making them be whatever they want them to be in the moment, clipping together pieces however they want to piece so that their parts are out of it. But all of the things that I've lied to you about, they're out there. There is nothing else that somebody can pull out and say, oh my God, you told social media this and it was that. Exactly, Secret. Yes, I'm in an Oxford house now. DM me or text me and I'll tell you what's up. I know, Heather, and I love you for that. Nope. And I don't do it because I think I owe you. Now, I had always planned as part of step 9 when I got there that I was going to come and say, this is the stuff, just like I did with using, just like I did with, what else have I admitted to? There was something else I admitted to. Rehab. When I was ready, I planned to talk about these things. For somebody to take that vulnerable spot and use it, I took that away. And I feel better for it. Exactly, Sky. And you need to remember that too.
Amy's not at work. She's on Get Your Guide.
I think a lot of us that have experience in here are more than willing to talk.
Experiences like hot air balloon rides
And I know it's awkward. Like I just said, I have people that I can rely on, but they're new relationships. So it's still like, what can I trust them with? My sponsor is the only person I would trust with everything. They absolutely do, Kelly. Hey, Tara. I've decided after I gave my parents that last chance, I'm done. I was waiting to see if you said anything. Thank you. I try not to call people out because I don't know who wants to be anonymous. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Kelly. Hey, Dahlia. Now, I will say that is one of the worst parts here. I know Monty was here. Y'all would know her as Hoob Shenanigans. Cookie was here. Secret was here. Candy was here. You Don't Know Me, I think, was here. When I first started, my goal was to be that creator who was accessible. I was your friend. I wasn't just entertainment. Like, we were going to be besties through the one lines. That was my thing. That was the plan. And for a little while, that's how it was. And then it wasn't. And some of it started mostly because of real life. And that's never been a secret. And it got worsened by somebody online that I trusted. And this has been a pattern ever since. Definitely DM me because I've gotten out of that kind of relationship myself. Maybe at the very least I can be an ear or give some advice. Exactly, Christy. And it's sad, but now it's kept me from wanting to be that friend. I know, Cookie. We were together, Harley. And he does what he can for me, as he can. Mostly I try not to ask. I'm very independent. Well, I appreciate that, Christy. honestly, where I was in that headspace where I was, I probably wouldn't have believed you anyway. Yep. Janine is one of my OG people. Like, I met her in the midst of the worst of the worst. Yeah, it's Bryce's baby. I have a picture of him up on my Facebook holding the baby. He was finally comfortable with. I did not plan on it, no. And honestly, at that point, I had assumed that because I had been active for so long, that I wasn't going to get pregnant. And I thought wrong. Imagine my shock when those two little lines showed up. Oh, thank you, Christy. She is. And I can honestly say, her and one other person are the biggest reasons I got clean, and are the only people that have not used everything I said against me. One of the people I trusted enough that she is my son's godmother. Like, literally baptized, held him, named him, agreed to take him, godmother. I don't think people realized when I said Jess was going to be his godmother that it was a joke. We set that up, and it was mostly to make people talk. That was her favorite thing, is to make people talk. And I kind of always knew it was a no. That was never. So to already have somebody in place that I knew I could trust with my son was very helpful. And I mean, this woman, she knew about CPS before even some of my closest friends knew. And she was from the area, so she could help me and tell me what to do and how to handle it and where to go. And when I started bending towards, let's just do the rehab, she was the one who helped me find places. Like, she has... Janine and her were probably my main texters who didn't fish for information, who just said, hey, how are you doing? I know it's hard. X more days till the baby comes. And they're the only two people that... No, there's only 3 people who were there from my birth that I still talk to. And I will say, I was thinking almost 18 months. I knew I was going to have to... Congrats, Shannon, that's huge. I knew I was going to have to tell you all at some point, because I know her absence had been noted. By even some of my best friends have asked about her. While I was in rehab, my other adopted mama, Arden, passed away from a pulmonary embolism. And I took that hard. Very, very hard. We had been talking and things had been degrading, and I knew she wasn't doing very well, but she had multiple sclerosis and other issues. So I just assumed it was that. And I got a message from her friend, Sandra, who had, like 2 weeks before I found it, messaged me and said, you need to call me about Arden. And as soon as she said it, I knew. So anybody who is looking for Miss Arden, she is still on my friends list. She's still my mod. I don't have the heart to remove her, but she did pass away last year. Baby is almost 18 months, Bubblicious. If she hadn't passed away, I'd be able to say 4, because she would never have hurt me. She helped me get so much of the stuff I needed for rehab. She kept me on the nights that I couldn't sleep and when I really didn't have anybody, and even my best friend turned her backs on me. She was there. And I'm just glad she got to see the baby, because she loved him so much before he was ever born. In fact, she helped me through the hospital. She I'm sorry, babe. It's ADHD. I can't help it. Yes, he does enjoy daycare. When I got admitted to the hospital to have the baby, she tried to send me a phone cord and they wouldn't let them give them to me. It was a whole thing. She got so mad because they couldn't give me a charger, and I know she is. It still hurts, especially because I've only told like 2 people. So it's still a little, I mean, I'm coming to, I almost want to say coming to grips with it, but it's still hard. Thanks, Kim. Thank you, Sasha. That was one of the last things she told me, was she was proud of me. Do you know, I keep seeing people say lying or recovery is about honesty. You can't, you have to be truthful about everything. My sponsor says no, it's about not lying to yourself and not lying to others about your addiction. If there's things that I don't want to share, it's not lying. If there's things that are said differently, doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie. Now I got my nose running. Exactly. I am the only one who knows. And for people to hear something and just run with it is insane. Yes, I have mods. No, I don't work at the shop anymore. Exactly, Sasha. Almost 18 months, Kristen. I'm trying to think of who went viral while I was doing my worst. I know I went viral. Like, the amount of people who know me is mind-blowing to this day. Oh, I like that, Bougie. Thank you. Well, thanks, Arlene. You're welcome, Kiki.
Hey friends, it's day 3.
I don't remember who else went.
Today I really want to pray specific
Hey, Miss Becky.
peace from the Lord. And other than that, there's no real update. It's just a normal day for journaling.
I bet I know. I love you too, Bill. Thank you. No? What's going on in New Jersey? How long have I been here? Not bad. All right, I'll give it 10 more minutes. So if anybody wants a reading, now is to get yourself in. I figured it was wildfires. I hope we don't get it down here because it was bad. It was bad in 23 when we had them from Canada. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Hot Mess. Ashy Cat nods.
You guys can probably relate. Sometimes when I'm praying or talking about
They called her nods for short.
gives me clarity in words that doesn't come from me. It comforted me, so I hope it comforts you too. I said, Father, I have such mixed emotions. I fear lots of things, and yet I believe you alone. Help me to live from my
Thank you.
not my fear. It's just something easy to do, is living from our fears instead of living trusting the Lord. And I don't know, that just really helped me. It gave me something to chew on for the rest of this day. Which I also should note, I have a
Yep.
whole other
I did not know that woman from Adam
of her
at all.
when I go through in list form, which is just very different
Well, thank you, Harley. As I was saying, I'm about 10 more minutes tops. Thank God we haven't. We are down to literally 7.5, so we'll say 8 readings. Thank you very much for the subscription. Oh, happy birthday to your little. I'm glad to hear that, Krista. Ashy Cat nods. And that's what I'm working on doing, Harley. All right, I'm going to try again. 7.5, so we'll say 8 readings. I am open for private readings this evening. I already have one I know I have to film for sure. I haven't checked my DMs yet to see if there's any more requested. So, just one. Anybody that wants to do a private would get it by tomorrow morning. Just keep that in mind. And thanks for everybody's help and readings and chatting and keeping things positive and all that stuff. You guys are really, really appreciated. I'm glad that I didn't let my temper keep me from being online. Thanks, Pineapple. I think it's been the weirdest having the people that were against me or said so much about me being the ones who care now. Like, I have seen more caring from people that were some of the hardest on me back then than I've seen from people who were supposedly my friends. And that speaks a lot of volumes. I'm trying to learn that lesson, Haley. I'm learning it now. There's still some doubts. There's still questions. And I probably don't even remember a lot of it anyway. So it's better to just let it go. Thank you, Ghost. Thanks, Point Blank. See? That's another one I remember being a troll. Thank you, guys. All right, Miss Sasha, have a good day. Thank you, Sasha. I know people went about it in what they thought was the best way. Congrats, real life. There's people who did what they thought was the best, and I don't hold that against them. And there's people who planned or played that they wanted the best, and I don't hold that against them either. Some of them, yes, Rachel. But the ones that I do consider are ones that I absolutely know were doing it. Me and my friend always said that you were one that really cared, Pineapple. And I just talked to her yesterday after everything, and she was like, I knew it, I told you. Like, she was really excited to hear that. I see now, watching some of those videos, how bad I was. I can't believe people believe, or I can't believe I believed me. I can't believe there was people who believed me. And I'm pretty sure that some of y'all just said you did so I wouldn't be hurt. Well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Kelly. And it's funny because I had just started, right before everything started, I had just started unblocking. Hey, Jalen. Thank you, Point Blank. Like I said, I don't even remember. My memory has gotten so bad that I will be talking and forget what I just said 5 minutes ago. I did it at the beginning of this live when I told the person I didn't put my finances out there and I had just answered with my finances. Thank you. I just started unblocking everybody because I thought some of you did deserve to see and did deserve a chance. And then all this shit happened. But I think we're not going to let that stop me. And I think I'm going to start unblocking more people again. And give everybody else a second chance. I believe you didn't know, Monty, because you weren't from that life. But you also, you weren't there at the worst of the worst. Like, I was pretty bad in 21 when I first moved. And then I kind of got it together. And then I got really bad. There's people who do consider it witchcraft, but I look at it this way. If you read the Old Testament of the Bible, Exodus, Leviticus, Joshua, and even in the New Testament, they cast the lots to know what God's will was. And I see this as no different than casting lots. Yes, I still do readings. I was always downers. I'm sorry, Krista. That had to be hard. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Haley. Hey, Sandra. I didn't know that, Harley. Well, I'm going to go ahead and roll off here and go get my baby. Yeah. Because, Christy, the people who were sending me money wanted the worst. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I'll go through and get my bank statements from back then and post them and show you how much money I was bringing in when I was at my absolute worst. I do readings Monday to Friday. I'm usually here around 12:30 Eastern until about 2 p.m. Eastern. Today I was a little late because I had schoolwork and I wanted to try and get something towards rent. I do have slots open for private readings tonight, if that's okay. It's a recorded, privately shared link only you and me can see, or anyone that you give the link to. Same cost. Or you can catch me any other day of the week, Monday to Friday. Y'all have a good day too, and I'm glad to see things turning back for the better. Because that's all they've got, America. I hate to tell you. You see this room? Messy as it is, it's an Oxford House room. No, Kit Kat, they definitely weren't victims. And if you were here and listening, you would have known that. There were many, many, many people who paid just to see a show. Many, many, many people who paid to keep me on live so they could film more. They've already admitted to it. You'd be amazed if I opened up my DMs how many people you would see admit the nastiest of things. But I won't do that because I'm not that type of person. Thank you, point blank. Now, I do vaguely, I think I owed you a reading. Thank you, guys. I think that's why you talked about me, but I might be wrong. There were some who honestly were owed, but the majority of the money that was coming in... Dude, you realize Candy is one of my original mods, right, Kit Kat? I hear you, Amber. Well, thank you, Kim. I want to say it was something I did. I think it was a reading, but I might be wrong. There were some that was actual victims, but not as many as people were led to believe. All right, I'm out of here. Like I said, private readings are open for the night. I needed 8 more to do the full thing, so at least I've got something, and I thank you all for getting me there. I will be here as normal tomorrow, and yeah, thanks for keeping things positive and redirecting me when I couldn't. I have much love for all y'all, and I will catch you soon. Have a good night. Have a good day. See you, Cookie. Bye, guys.